Demon Slayer Season 4 Episode 8, Ubuyashiki used the last of his strength to speak to the Demon King. He tells Muzan he won't be succeeding in obtaining immortality, and that time and time again he has stepped on the tiger's tail and incurred the wrath of the dragon. He woke up the tiger and the dragon, and they've had their eyes on him all this time. They will never forgive him, and they vowed to never let him escape. Muzan is utterly bored listening to Ubuyashiki's irrelevant drivel. Muzan has lived thousands of years and has never received divine punishment. Even though he's killed hundreds of thousands of humans, no god or Buddha has ever held him accountable whatsoever. So in his mind, it's no way this new generation of Demon Slayers stands a chance against him. Ubuyashiki has already given off the odor of a corpse. He was actually supposed to die 6 months ago, but his will and desire to defeat Muzan kept him alive all this time. Muzan asked him, is he done spewing his malarkey? Cause he'd like to get on with it and kill the Demon Slayer leader with his own bare hands. The crows alert all the Hashira that the Ubuyashiki mansion is under attack, and they all desperately try to get there in time to save their master. Ubuyashiki tells him he is done talking, thanks Muzan for letting him speak his last words, and then he blows his entire mansion up with his wife and children still inside. They were all fully committed to the cause. He always knew Muzan would come to kill him personally, and he used that to his advantage. 5 days ago, he told Guillaume to use him as bait to lure Muzan into this trap. Guillaume was the only Hashira he could ask such a thing. He knew none of the other Hashira would have obliged. After of course surviving the explosion, Muzan looked like a zombie corpse. Well, briefly anyway, because his regeneration abilities are out of this world. Even though tons of bombs exploded and they all were filled with Makabishi spikes to further slow his regeneration down, still in less than a minute he was just about fully recovered. He knew Ubuyashiki was planning something, but he underestimated him. Ubuyashiki was like a viper. His rage and hatred toward Muzan was coiled inside his pitch black heart. Muzan never expected he'd plan a surprise attack of this magnitude, but the Demon King wasn't given a second to breathe. He was then attacked with the blood demon art, flesh seeds. These seeds grew into giant spikes, stabbing right through his body, immobilizing him in place. Right when he started to absorb the spikes, Tomio attacked him, forcing a drug into his stomach that she perfected that changes demons into humans. Years ago, she contracted an illness that would have killed her, so she became a demon so she wouldn't die and be able to watch her kids grow into adulthood. But after turning into a demon, she ended up eating her husband and her kids. She then devoured scores of humans out of despair. Now she planned on atoning for all of her sins by dying right there and then with Muzan. Guillaume then appeared behind Muzan. Tomio hid his presence just as she hid hers, so Muzan wouldn't be able to sense them before they attacked. He knocked Muzan's head clean off with one attack. This right here shows just how powerful Guillaume is. But Muzan won't die by being beheaded. This would have been enough to kill literally any other demon, but he is on a whole other level. The only thing that can kill Muzan at this point is sunlight. Muzan then returned fire, attacking Guillaume with black blood brambles. But the Stone Hashira is a beast too. He was successfully defending himself from an attack from the strongest demon in the world. The rest of the Hashira finally get there, and they all jump right into the battle with their own attacks. Mist breathing 4th form, insect breathing butterfly dance, serpent breathing 1st form, love breathing 5th form, water breathing 3rd form, wind breathing 7th form, Hinokami Kagura sunflower thirst. With their combined strength, they just might have a chance of keeping the pressure on Muzan and keeping him there until the sun comes up, or so they thought. Then they heard the strum of a biwa. Muzan countered all their attacks perfectly by using Nakami to suck them into the Infinity Castle, where it's impossible for sunlight to penetrate. But it wasn't just the Hashira that got sucked into the Infinity Castle. Every single Demon Slayer that Nakami found was also sucked in. Muzan planned to destroy the entire Demon Slayer core once and for all this night. And all these lower ranked Demon Slayers, we might as well say our goodbyes to them now, because with the Infinity Castle swarming with all kinds of demons, and them being separated from the stronger Demon Slayers, it's no way they're coming out of this alive. Inosuke was shocked and confused just for a minute, but got very excited the second he realized he'd been sucked into a demon's blood demon art. He is just as crazy as ever. Zenitsu wasn't scared or whimpering around at all. He was cool as a cucumber as he descended, and he was awake. He's changed so much. I cannot wait to see this version of him in action. Muzan tells Tanjiro, y'all are all about to be massacred tonight. Tanjiro returns verbal shots with a, no, you're the one dying tonight. I'm gonna defeat you. My gosh, this was an incredible finale. Studio Ufotable was snapping yet again. The animation was breathtaking. But not just that, the pacing, the voice acting, the musical score, the way they pulled on your heartstrings, but then have you on the edge of your seat with excitement in the very next breath. This episode was, dare I say, shown in perfection. Crunchyroll Crunchyroll has announced the Infinity Castle, which is the last arc in Demon Slayer, will be released as a trio of theatrical films in cinemas worldwide to make sure to give Demon Slayer that grand finish that it deserves. Now, keeping in mind the Demon Slayer Muzan Train movie was the top grossing Japanese movie of all times, grossing over 500 million at the global box office. So y'all already know, these 3 movies that will cover the last arc of Demon Slayer are gonna be absolutely mind-blowing. No release date of the first movie has been announced yet, but they might as well just take my money right now. I cannot wait to see it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.